Okay, today I'm going to show you how to create a word cloud image in Taxgedo. Go ahead and begin by going to the webpage, mcmsengineering.weebly.com. You'll select courses and slide down to 6th grade courses for computers. Next, you'll move about 3/4 of the way down the screen to the heading word cloud and you'll select Taxgedo. From there, you're going to get a window that looks like this. There's nothing to sign into or log on to. You'll go ahead and click the button for Create. Sometimes it takes a minute to open, so you have to be very patient. Once Taxgedo opens, you'll see there is a pretty extensive menu on the left-hand side. We're going to begin by clicking Load. Now, Load gives you some different options. If you had a paper or a file that you simply already had ready and you wanted to see a word cloud made of it, you would select Browse, find that on your computer, and then upload it here. Or if you wanted to create a Taxgedo of a web page, you would copy and paste the address in there. But what we're going to do is use the Enter text box. Now I'm going to encourage you to type your text ahead of time in a Word document. That way you can ensure that everything is the way you want it and it's spelled correctly. I've already done that. I highlighted it, copied it, and now I'm going to use my Control V button and paste it in there. You'll notice I didn't use any punctuation at all, and I left one single space in between each one of the words. I have my name as well as my family names. I have occupational names, some words that are about me, and some words that are about my hobbies or my past. You'll also notice that some of my words are all run together without spaces in between because I don't want those words to be split in my image. That's the reason I suggest you do this ahead of time in a Word document. Now don't worry about that big giant long list or that giant line. It will all take care of that. Once I ensure that my text is the way I want it, I'm going to go ahead and hit the Submit button. Sometimes it takes Taxgedo just a minute to go ahead and create that image. I see it popped up behind me. I'm going to go ahead and click the X, and there is my image. It's taken all the words that I had together and put them in different areas along the image. Now let's go back to this menu on the left-hand side of the screen. I can respin the colors and it will just leave those color choices up but change some of the words. Well, I'm interested in changing the entire theme. Now you'll notice that you have some directional help up here. You have black text in a white background or white text in a black background. I would encourage you not to choose the darker backgrounds. Let me give you an example. Something like this. When it prints out, it's very difficult to read the text. So I would strongly encourage you to choose a color scheme that has colorful icons or colorful words with a white background. I really like that one, so I'm going to go ahead and stick with that one. And I don't mind the way that the words are organized. I am interested in looking at a different font though. So with the font menu selected, sometimes it gives me the opportunity to change the fonts and sometimes it doesn't. I'll let you know it's a lottery if you can or not. Sometimes you can click the box and it will go ahead and change and sometimes it won't. So for all intents and purposes, I'm going to go ahead and move on and just leave the font the way it is. The next one would be orientation. I can choose to change the words any direction I want, or I can just allow the computer to respin them on their own. Now that sends them all horizontally, and while that's great, I don't like them that way. So I'm going to spin it again. Wow. I'm going to go ahead and change layout as well because that will spin them an even different direction. And it also changes them in the words that, where the words are placed. Let's go over here to back to orientation and try this. And you'll notice that as I click the buttons, it takes a while. I'm going to go ahead and leave it like that. I like a mix of both. Now I'm going to go down to Shape and I'm going to select a different shape. You can see there are many to choose from. I think it's only fitting. I'm going to go back up and choose the apple for obvious reasons. All you have to do is click it once. You can see it scrolling on the bottom as it uploads that shape. And if I close this window, there is my image in the shape of an apple. I like the colors. I think it looks ready to go. Now it's time to save it. I'm going to go back over here to my menu on the left, and I'm going to click Save and Share. The next thing that you'll do is choose the 250 kp in a JPEG format. It's the second button on the top row. Once I click it, takes just a moment, and a Save As window is going to appear. Okay, and there's my Save As window. Now you can use the library on the left to choose where you want to save your image. You're going to be choosing your Documents folder. And so you will want to make sure that Documents are selected, and you're going to type in a file name. You're going to use your last name, and then you're going to put a space and type Taxgedo. So mine would be Ligor Seawood Taxgedo. And then you'll want to be sure that you click Save. The next step will then be to send me a district email through the school district website or the school district server. You will want to make sure that you send it directly to me and my email address and include Taxgedo as your subject line. Also be sure that you attach your file so I can print it out for you. If you have any questions, please let me know.